greens right now in this freshman class is Blake Gillikin, Connor McGovern, and Miles Sanders. The yellows are Cam Brown, Will Fries, Michael Mennett, and Shane Simmons. Nick Bowers will be out for the season, so that's why you do not see him on the depth chart. Yeah, Brandon's done a nice job. He's really been focused, really in all areas of his life, academically, socially, athletically. He's matured so much since the time we've arrived, and I'm very proud of him. And had a great camp. You know, he's a guy that has the flexibility to play tackle or guard. Kind of always looked at him that way. And you know, he saw the competition that we were having at the tackle position and felt like he could help there. So you know, with that opportunity, he's run with it and really done a nice job for us, talking to our defensive ends. And it's always interesting getting the perspective not just of the coaches but also of the players, of the guys that they hate going against. And Man's, you know, really earned everybody's respect. So you're talking about a guy who's an older guy, he's been in the program for a couple of years, you know, and I think that experience and his maturity is really going to help. Evan Schwan is a guy that I think really had a great offseason. He's a guy that I think studied Carl Nassib and all the things that Carl did when it comes to sleep, when it comes to nutrition, when it came to training. For Carl's senior year, he kind of tried to model a lot of those same behaviors, and you know, I think it's really paid off for him. You know, so we're excited. The fact that, you know, we have a senior, which we have very few on our team, is stepping up on the defensive line for us. You know, we're expecting big things out of him, and I've been very pleased and proud of him with just how he's approached everything, his leadership. His understanding that this is kind of his time. He's put in, you know, 5 years waiting for this opportunity, and really approached it the right way and has run with it. So excited about what he's going to be able to bring to the table this year. Another big, strong, talk about a 6'6", 263-pound guy. His testing numbers this offseason were excellent. So you know, it should be interesting to see what he's going to be able to bring to the table.
Yeah, you know, I think you always want as much depth as you possibly can, you know, and we don't really look at it as just left tackle. It's the tackles in general. The tackle positions, the right tackles and the left tackles are all fighting, you know, for that. Who's the third best tackle? Who's the fourth best tackle? So on and so forth. And Noah's been a part of that conversation all of camp. Noah's really shown some nice things. Made some dramatic improvement from last season, but there's still some areas that he needs to work on. And those areas have been communicated clearly to Noah, and he's a guy that we still feel like has a bright future here at Penn State. But there's just some areas that he needs to continue to invest in to help him have the type of role that he wants for us on our offensive line.
Right.
Yeah, well, I think that's what we're all waiting to see until we get to the games and have the chance to produce and be successful. That, you know, practice is great, but it all comes down to production in the games. I think the mobility at quarterback is going to help our offensive line. I think the scheme and the tempo is going to help our offensive line. I think the depth that we have at wide receiver and that running back is going to help our offensive line. I also think it's going to help a quarterback when you have a new quarterback coming in and you have these pieces of the puzzle around them. But, you know, I think at the end of the day, the coaching staff, myself, you, the media, and the fans, it really comes down to what we do in the games, and that's what we're excited to go out and show. Yeah, you know, my focus is on, you know, let's get to the stadium and let's allow people to form opinions based on what they see. So, you know, Joe's done a great job, not only from a schematic standpoint, but I really think just the leadership and the motivation on that side of the ball has been really helpful. I think him and Brent have done a really good job of that, as well as Charles Huff. So I think that's been important. But yeah, I think whenever you have a running back like Saquon Barkley, and whenever you kind of have the pieces of the puzzle starting to come together like we do, you know, I do think there's excitement, and I want people to be excited, but I want them to be excited based on what they see in the stadium on Saturday.